Hello guys, my name is Alexandria from Indigo, Tennessee, and today we're going to be doing a July pick a card reading. So we're essentially going to be asking what energies are coming in for you in the month of July. There will be 3 piles to choose from, and I will be asking you to use your intuition to discern which pile is meant for you. If you are on my Facebook, which is one place I'll be posting this, then you may not be familiar with pick a card readings. I'll go into a little bit of detail about what they are so you can get an idea. And if you're from my YouTube, where I will also be posting this, which I believe is Indigo or Tarot by Indigo, pretty sure, maybe Tarot by Indigo Tennessee. I'll double check and put that down in the comments. But then you're going to be used to pick a card readings because they're all over. That's pretty much all I do on that channel. So as far as how to do a pick a card reading, if you're not familiar with it, basically I have 3 cards here for you guys to look at. They are going to be kind of representing the energy of your reading. I'm going to ask you to use your intuition and see if any of these piles really call to you. Now, the thing about pick a card readings, it's similar to a general collective reading. If you've watched any of those that I've done, I'm not picking up, this is not a personal reading, so I'm not picking up on one particular energy. I'm asking Spirit to help me connect to 3 different collectives of energy, so that way I can get whatever message out it feels is most important to convey. That does not mean that any of these will resonate with you, and that's where you have to use your intuition to make sure that the things you're hearing me say resonate with your situation. If you're listening to it and it seems like you're trying to force it, then this probably isn't the reading for you, and that's okay. The next one might be. So also keep in mind, with this being like a monthly read, I want to remind you guys that I'm not really using this as like a fortune telling thing. I'm not trying to pick up on events or things that may happen. I'm more trying to pick up on energies that you may be feeling that could affect the things that happen, but are more about going to be how you feel and just, yeah, more energetic stuff, not necessarily the fortune telling. But I think that's all with that. So we're going to flip this around and I'm going to let you guys see the cards, and then we'll start with the reading. All right, friends, this is your piles to choose from for today. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. If you need some time to meditate with yourself and listen to your intuition to see which pile is right for you, feel free to pause the video. But for everyone else, we're going to get started with pile number 1. All right, guys, if you chose pile number 1, which was this card right here, it says it's not only about being right, and then it has a little message on the back of it. This says, in all tests of character, when 2 viewpoints are pitted against each other, in the final analysis, the thing that will strike you the most is not who was right or wrong, strong or weak, wise or foolish, but who never went to the greater length in considering the other's perspective. Okay, so seems like that might be an interesting way to start this reading. I have my tarot deck here, and we're pretty much just going to get into it and see what type of energy may be coming in for you in July. We may be seeing what type of energy may be leaving for July. Just gonna let Spirit decide. Actually, before I get started with that, I'm going to I didn't really remember to do this before I started. I should have. I am lighting some cedar that I rolled from my property. That's better. Okay. So, Spirit, what is happening for pile 1 in July? What is happening for pile 1 in July? Okay. You have the Devil card. I excuse my facial expression. This is not what I was expecting to come out immediately. Okay, we're gonna get 6 tarot cards. There'll be clarifiers to this. I'll try and go into detail as much as I can as I'm reading these. You have the 3 of Cups. So the Devil card is pretty, I guess it's not really self-explanatory if you don't know that. Whoops. The Devil card, as you can see in this image, is about someone being shackled. So this can represent addictions. This can represent being tied to things that are not good for us, bad habits, Sometimes it can be as literal as something like drugs. I don't know if Facebook censors that stuff the way YouTube does, but either way. It's just doing stuff that overall is obviously not good for your mental well-being, your mental health, your emotional health, any of that, but still doing it, still dipping into that energy, even though you shouldn't, or whatever action. We have that paired with the Three of Cups, and that honestly makes a lot of sense if you do know anything about tarot. The Three of Cups, in a good aspect, is like celebrating and being with friends and having a good time, but in excess, it's partying, it's drinking, it's overindulgence, really, you know. And I feel that since the Devil was the very first card to fall out, that this Three of Cups is definitely speaking of indulgence in some way, like indulging in something that is not good for you. It could be as literal as drinking, since there are cups and they're drinking out of them, but this could represent any type of bad habit, anything that's just not good for you to be doing to yourself. Let's see. All right, we have the Empress. The Empress is a very different energy compared to all of these cards. She is empowered. She is a image of being in your feminine energy, of being receptive, creative, nurturing, birthing new things. So a very opposite energy from this Devil, you know, being self-destructive and doing things that are bad for you and overindulging. So I kind of feel like, I mean, we'll get more cards to see, but I almost kind of feel like Spirit is saying that you have, even though you may be indulging in something that's like really bad for you, there's also this energy of you still having a lot of creative potential, like you still have a lot of good potential for your life, but I think there's something that's weighing you down. All right. It's like keeping you from being able to fully tap into that Empress energy. We have the Two of Swords, and we have the Hermit. Two of Swords is clarifying the Devil card. The Two of Swords is about, it's about being blindfolded. It's about feeling like you cannot fully see a situation. Maybe you feel like you can't fully see a person for who they are. It's just feeling like we're constrained because we can't make out everything. Like we can't really foresee which direction we need to be going in, because the Two of Swords is also about making a choice. But it's like, it feels like an impossible choice because you don't feel like you have the tools you need to make that choice. And I feel like the reason that there's this stuck, indecisive feeling for you is because you're doing something, you're overindulging, you're tying yourself down to some type of bad habit that is dampering the Empress energy that you have. This is creative potential. This is the ability to birth new things. There's a lot of really wonderful energy from the Empress, but it cannot be tapped into if you feel like you do not have all the tools necessary to make a choice. And also, you know, look at how this person's arms are crossed. You think about just body language. People that cross their arms a lot, they're very closed off. So there's definitely that energy as well. I mean, you're closed off to the potential is what I'm hearing, essentially. The Hermit is clarifying the Three of Cups card. So Three of Cups, Hermit. I'm getting a couple different messages from this. The first message, which I think is kind of the obvious one, is that you need to go within yourself. You need to stop doing this overindulging, this partying, this constantly being a part of things that are not good for you, and go within. The Hermit is a really great card when we need to really get in touch with our intuition and our inner wisdom. It is pretty much like a sage-like energy. It is an individual who realizes that the best way for them to grow and transform at this time is to go within themselves and maybe separate themselves from other people. And I don't mean that as in like make yourself lonely or anything like that, but if you are hanging around the wrong people, or maybe you're around people so much that you're not even giving yourself time to have time with yourself to focus on this stuff. Like if you're overindulging and surrounding yourself with people so you can be distracted, that's another message as well. It's time to take a step back and to reflect on some things, okay? Because you have some type of energy connected to you. It's not great. And it doesn't mean that it's going to dictate everything from here on out, but it's something that you need to work on. And so what I'm assuming, since this is all coming out with what's coming in for you for July, is these are going to be important themes in your life at this time. You may find that a lot of the things you're going through this month are things that are really making you maybe question things, maybe feel like you need to make a change and make a decision. Maybe stuff starts happening that makes you feel like you need to go within and discover some stuff about yourself. I feel like this could be a month of more kind of being in a loner energy, maybe spending more time to yourself, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. If you are just, I'm that way sometimes, I just want to be away from people altogether, and sometimes you need that energy to yourself. All right, we have clarifying the Empress, we have the Ten of Cups. I think this is a really good pairing because, you know, I told you with this Empress, I felt like it was Spirit's way of saying you still have this potential, right? You still have good things in front of you. You just have something that's kind of blocking you from being able to fully tap into that right now. The Ten of Cups clarifying is a beautiful card. The Ten of Cups is the happy ending family card. It's about having the partner you want. It's about having your dreams fulfilled. You know, again, happy family life. Ooh, excuse me. Happy family life. If family is something that is important to you, if you have children, it could represent feeling, you know, very blessed and abundant within your family life as well. I feel like this is saying, I'm feeling a couple different things. I feel like the month of July, you're gonna have things happen in your life that are kind of like an eye-opener for you, okay? That maybe the way that you have been looking at life could be different. I say that with the Empress and the Ten of Cups because that's really beautiful energy to be together. That really tells me that there's the potential for some really great things to happen for you in July. Some things that will make you feel very fulfilled emotionally, spiritually even. But I feel like, again, there's something here that's kind of blocking you from fully being able to embrace that. And so I feel like in the month of July, the universe may be throwing situations at you that make you kind of have to reflect and be like, am I taking things for granted? Is there more to be happy about than I realize? I feel like Spirit is trying to show you, like, it's understandable why you feel that way. It's okay to feel that way. But don't forget about the really great stuff that you also have here for you. Don't let whatever you're struggling with this Devil card and the Two of Swords make you forget that you also have this in your life. I feel like for the month of July, Spirit's going to be like, here's some stuff that might help you remember that, right? Let's see, I'm going to read this again. Yeah, I mean, it's not only about being right, it's talking about different viewpoints. I feel like July is just going to be a month where you are maybe reconsidering things in your life, reconsidering habits, reconsidering stuff that maybe you've been doing that just hasn't been serving you for your highest good. And I think that at the end of the day, that there will be energies of feeling content and powerful and empowered and in charge. And like, you do have this nurturing, beautiful ability to create. But I think that's what I'm saying with like July being a month where Spirit is throwing situations at you that may make you have to reconsider things, because you have this Hermit card. This is about someone going within to connect to their inner wisdom and their intuition to kind of like see things from a new perspective, in a sense, to feel like they can use their intuition more to figure out what is actually going on here. And so I feel like the universe is going to be like, here's some stuff, think about some things differently. You have a lot to be grateful for at the end of the day if you're willing to look at it that way. Let's see, I don't think I'm getting anything else. I think that's all I got. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that resonated for you. If you're interested in booking a personal reading, you can let me know. I am taking online readings if you're not local, and I'm now going to start doing evening in-person readings here at my shop. So you're welcome to reach out to me for more information about that. If not, thank you for watching the video. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, guys. If you pick pile number 2 and this card, which is Time for a Love Fest, this is going to be your reading for what you can expect in July. So the back of this card has a little message. It says, actually, everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons, and usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize chances of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest, which is always a good thing. All right. So before we get started, I'm going to burn some of my cedar, clear the energy from the last reading. I'm going to be using my tarot deck. We're going to pull 6 cards as usual and just, I guess, get into it and see what messages Spirit has for you. All right. Spirit, what is coming in for pile number 2 for July? What is happening for pile number 2 in July? Okay, so starting out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, starting out, we have the 8 of Swords. So we're starting this reading with being stuck in our heads. This could represent anxiety, could represent being mentally exhausted, feeling trapped. It's a card where we're kind of dealing with some mental stuff, trying to work our way through that. Definitely a card of anxiety, though, if you've been struggling with anxiety. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups. This is about trying to make decisions, and it's about having a lot of decisions when it's in excess, which I feel like it is since we have the 8 of Swords. This is telling us that there may be so many options and so many decisions that we could make that it is mentally exhausting us. It could be giving us anxiety. We could be thinking about something so much trying to make a decision that it's making you feel trapped. Which is definitely kind of a reverse psychology thing there, but it's like you're thinking yourself into this mental exhaustion is what I'm hearing, and it probably has to do with there being some type of decision that needs to be made or offers being presented to you. We have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is someone who, you think of wands, you think of fire energy. That's what it's associated with. So I think of passion, being romantic about things, having a lot of energy backed behind something. And then the King is like the most mature of the Page, Knight, Queen, and King part of tarot. So there's also a little bit of maturity with this. So whenever the King of Wands comes out, this is to me someone who is passionate in a way where they are also able to not be flighty about what they're passionate about. And what I mean by that is when you pull the Knight of Wands, it's a card where someone feels very strongly about something. They may feel very passionately. They may come in quick because they have this passion backing their motivation at this time. But it's not a fire that may burn in the long run. You know what I mean? It's a fire that may not last. And so with the King of Wands, you have more of this maturity of that same energy, but more refined, more mature, more able to be committed to whatever it is they feel passionate about. Let's see what else we have. What's coming in for pile 2 for July? That's way too many. Alright. What's coming in for pile 2 in July? Okay, we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Pentacles is a card upright. It's a card of feeling abandoned, of feeling like maybe we're not included in something. It's generally these feelings of lack and feeling out like an outsider, essentially. But you have it in reverse, which to me, whenever I pull, and this is just how I use my intuition, other people do it differently, and it's always up to whoever's reading the cards and how they interpret things. But for me, whenever I get a card like that, like a heavier card in reverse, to me, that is how I take a healing of that situation. And I also see, so you have that paired with the Eight of Swords, which to me makes a lot of sense. You know, the Eight of Swords, again, anxiety, being stuck in our heads, mentally exhausted. This could have been making you also, I'm hearing with the Five of Pentacles being about being left out and abandoned, I'm also hearing that this could be that your mind has been making you maybe be a loner, maybe get secluded from people, and it's keeping you from being able to be a part of things and instead feeling more left out in the cold. But I'm hearing that it's like something you've done yourself. It's not anyone doing it to you. It's you going through so much in your own mind that you're just like backing up out of people's lives, like trying to figure this stuff out. Like you're getting so stuck in your head that you're losing touch with other stuff around you, which could be your relationships, the people in your life, maybe going out and doing things, stuff like that. We have the Seven of Cups, and then we have the Magician fall out as the clarifier for that. The Magician is the Master Manifestor card. This is someone who is in control of their destiny. So with it being clarified, clarifying the Seven of Cups, which is about feeling like we have so many choices, I feel like Spirit is saying it's kind of like a good thing and a bad thing, because I think if you are trying to make all these, like you have all these options and you're like, I don't know which one's the right one and which one's the wrong one, what I'm hearing is Spirit is like, there is no wrong one. It's just whatever you focus on and whatever you decide to do, because you're going to manifest what you're focusing on. You're going to manifest whatever it is that you decide to move towards. But it's up to you ultimately, because that's another thing about the Magician. I see the Magician as a very empowered energy. It's someone who has taken their fate into their own hands and is creating their own destiny, essentially. So I feel like if you're stressing, like, I don't know which is the right cup to choose, Spirit is like, well, the good news is that it's up to you, but the bad news is also that it's up to you. That may not help you feel like you can make a decision better, but it's Spirit's way of saying, whatever you want, you got it. But you got to make the decision on which route you're going to take. All right, let's get one more here. We have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands clarifying the King of Wands. So I think that's actually really awesome that that is the card that's clarifying the King, because as I just said, I view the King as kind of being like the Knight, but more refined, more mature. Someone who is still passionate about something in their life that they want to maybe move towards or whatever, but there's someone that, because they have this more mature energy, they are more grounded towards it, right? Like they're not as likely to just feel passionately about something and then let that passion fizzle out. And I think with this Ace of Wands clarifying the King of Wands, it's kind of like, to me, clarifying that exact message, which is, yeah, this is something that you have to be very passionate about, but also very, like, a very mature way of looking at it too. Like, you're not coming at it from an immature stance. So with this being what you're going to have energetically coming to you in the month of July, I feel like this is saying, and because this is kind of how it's starting off, the month may start off where you feel kind of alienated. Again, I feel like it's more of a you did it yourself type of energy, but I feel like it has to do with your mental health, your mental state. And because you've been putting so much energy into that, you may feel kind of separated from everyone else because you're stuck in this thought, you know, trying to figure something out. That may be how the month starts, but I feel like as the month goes on, you're going to be able to have more energies come in that will assist you with realizing that it's your destiny, you're empowered, you can do what you want to do. You don't have to worry that you're making a wrong choice or that you have to think so hard into this, because you're going to be able to achieve any path that you want, as long as you take fate into your own hands and realize that that's what you have to do. And I feel like with the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands kind of ending the month here as far as the energy, it's kind of telling you, you know, you're going to start off with this month maybe being a little chaotic, a little stuck in your head trying to figure stuff out, but you're going to end the month more in a passionate place, feeling more motivated again, maybe feeling more grounded in what you want to move towards, instead of feeling like you're stuck in thoughts and stuff about trying to figure things out. So I think for you, pile number 2, the month is going to get better as it goes on, probably. You may be dealing with this stuff right now because we are already in July. I'm doing this reading a little late. So you may already be kind of going through this mental stuff and trying to get yourself grounded so that way you can create something you're passionate about. But I feel like once you get closer to the end of the month, you're going to start feeling a lot better and a lot lighter, and you're not going to be stuck as much in this energy of just feeling negative, essentially. So I think overall, despite the fact that it starts off a little rough, it seems like it ends pretty well. So hopefully that's the case for you guys. If this excuse me. If this reading resonated with you, then feel free to give it a like or whatever. If you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, I have been taking online readings for a second, and I am also now taking in-person readings at my shop during the evenings. If you would like to contact me about that, I can give you more information. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this card, which says you know what to do, then this is going to be your reading for the energies you can maybe expect to come into your life this month. It has a message on the back of it. It says, in all battles of the heart over the mind, go with your heart, because truly it's a lot easier for your mind to catch up with your heart than for your heart to catch up with your mind. A whole lot. Okay, so I'm going to burn a little bit of cedar before we start to clear the energy from the last reading. And then I'm going to be using my tarot deck, and we're going to pull 6 cards, and we're just going to see whatever comes through. Okay. Right, Spirit, what is happening for pile 3 in the month of July? What energy is coming in for pile 3 in the month of July? All right, we're starting off with the Wheel of Fortune. So if there's some type of cycle in your life that you've been going through, this is like a completion. This is your life going into a new direction. It's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like shifting sails, I think, maybe. You've been going through one cycle in your life, but the wheel is turning. It's something new is happening. So let's see what else. Let's see what new is happening. What new energy is coming in for pile 3? All right, we have the 5 of Pentacles. So this is an energy of feeling abandoned, kind of left out in the cold. So, all right, we also got the Ace of Swords. This is about truth and clarity coming in, and all aces are about new beginnings, and swords are specifically about like thoughts and communication, more mental things. But specifically truth and clarity. So I'm feeling like if there's some type of situation where you have felt kind of like on the outskirts or left out and abandoned, July is going to be a month where you start to notice that things are changing. Like you're starting to see more truth and clarity come in, and that's changing kind of like the wheel of fate, essentially, of what's going on in your life, which is interesting. I want to see what is changing though. We have the 6 of Swords. This is a card of where we are leaving turbulent energies behind. So with the 6 of Swords, this does speak of the fact that we've been going through something that has been pretty hard. It could specifically deal with anything mentally, thoughts, stuff like that, because swords represent that. But just in general, this is a card where it's like moving away from turbulent waters towards calmer waters. So you're leaving some type of situation in your life, or maybe a feeling, something like that, where it has felt pretty unbalanced. It's felt not great, emotionally, but you're moving ahead. You're moving towards something better, probably feeling better. And I see that as well with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like fate is shifting. You're going to see a shift in your life, and it's going to bring new things into your life that are calmer for you, that make you feel better than how you've been feeling. Ooh. Did y'all see that one fly? We have the Knight of Pentacles. So we have the Knight of Pentacles clarifying the Five of Pentacles, which is interesting. Like I said, the Five of Pentacles is a card feeling abandoned, left out in the cold. But the Knight of Pentacles is generally kind of represents an offer coming in. Pretty much all Knights represent bringing in some type of offer. When you have the Knight of Pentacles, this is an offer that has the potential to grow into something very stable, very secure, that could grow into something even bigger than what it starts off as. The Knight of Pentacles, however, can take his time. And this doesn't have to be a specific person. It could just be an actual offer that life is bringing you. But either way, there's some type of offer coming in that's like amazing. It's got all this great potential, but it takes forever. And we can get really impatient when we're waiting on something like this, especially something that is worthwhile, something that can grow and be something that's long-term. But Spirit is like, it's not going to be here right away. You're going to have to be patient. This is something that takes time, and you just can't rush it. But you can, take solace in the fact that when it does arrive, when the opportunity does come, it's worth it. It's worth the wait, but you have to be okay with the wait. All right, and then we have the World. Wow, this is definitely completion of stuff here, guys. We have like 3 cards in here that really, 4 if you count the Ace, because that's a new beginning, that really speak of there being new energy, things shifting, cycles being finished up. The World is a card about us finishing a cycle in our lives, and because we have successfully completed some type of lesson, we're able to finish out a cycle and move into something new. And I see that represented with the Wheel of Fortune as well, because it's saying things are shifting, things are changing, and it's going to be for the best for you, but it's definitely going to be different. It's going to be a new beginning, but you're going to find a calmness in this new beginning, right? It's not going to be as stressful and chaotic as it has been trying to get to this point. And then, of course, the Ace of Swords is new beginnings and truth and clarity. One of the things you could be needing to start this new beginning is some type of truth and clarity, and you may receive that, and that may help push you forward. It may shift things for you dramatically. I tried to say drastically and dramatically, and I pushed them together. Dramatically or drastically, I guess it doesn't matter. Either one, they fit. At the end of the day, though, things are going to change. And I think it's interesting, too, you know what to do. It's like, to me, this is your guides and your intuition and stuff that are like, you know what to do to shift this situation. I feel like there's almost this sense of like there's something that you can do. It's not necessarily that you're waiting on someone else. It's Spirit saying, if you listen to your intuition, you know what to do to shift this. You just have to do it. And once you do that, you're going to see a lot of new results. You're going to see a lot of new energy. So I think for the month of July, it's telling you like, empower yourself. I feel like empowering energy has been something that's just been coming through a lot in my readings. I don't know if that's just the collective of what I'm picking up on or what, but a lot of the readings, like a lot of these readings are very like kind of taking I don't want to say taking responsibility in a way, because things do happen to us sometimes. Things do happen to us, and sometimes we just have to deal with them the best that we can. But I get to reading cards sometimes and I talk too fast and then I mess it all up. There's just this sense of like, there are things that you can do to help yourself, like learning how to help yourself through these situations instead of just feeling victim to it. So I feel like, again, a similar message here is you can listen to your intuition and it can tell you what to do, and you can make these shifts and it can be awesome, and you can have these new beginnings and things can shift and change. It may be something that takes time though, you know, with the Knight of Pentacles. I think either that's saying that this shift that you've been waiting on is something that has been taking a long time, but it's finally arriving. Could definitely be that, since we have all these signs of new beginnings. It could also be a reminder to be patient, you know, as well, that this is coming as fast as it can, but there are things that need to be dealt with for it to fully come in for you. So I think that's pretty much all I'm getting. This was a pretty quick one, but I felt pretty straight to the point with it. I hope it resonated for you guys. I hope you liked it. If it didn't, sorry. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Either way, I am taking personal readings. I'm booking online readings. I'm also now booking in-person readings here at my shop. If you're local, you can contact me to get information about any of that. Otherwise, I am glad to know that you watched this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye.